Hello my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to do a little tutorial of my favourite muse. If you've been following me for a while, or if you're in the Beatles fandom at all, or into the 60s, you must know Miss Pattie Boyd. And I've always wanted to do a tutorial on her look, so I've done her makeup and her hair to the best of my ability. So yeah, enjoy the video and let me know what you think. So for the hair, I'm going to do the classic full fringe, back comb at the crown, and a little mix between a bubble flip and a curl, because some people are asking for curls at the end, some people are asking for the flick, so I'll do a little amalgamation of both. Heat protectant is very important. As you can see, I'm not a natural blonde, and it's very good to protect your hair, especially if you're using heat. And then I'm just going to separate the rest of my hair with my fringe and the longest parts of my fringe on the side. I start by drying my fringe because that's honestly the make or break of my look, to be honest, and I just go a bit crazy with the hairdryer before taking a round brush and then neatening it up a little bit, focusing on the ends so it's not too bouncy. And then I like to fix the sides of my fringe because they're a bit longer and need a little extra support, and that's okay, but just make sure that they're nice and neat as well. And I like them to kind of curve a little like a Marianne Faithfull style, but I've seen Pattie do this a lot too. So the fringe is fringing, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the rollers. So you could do this without heat. I normally do it without heat, but it takes about 4 hours to dry. So this is a bit of a quicker version. I separate my hair at the back, just getting a very small layer, and we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. I can never separate my hair perfectly, but if I can't see it, it doesn't exist, so I just do whatever feels right. And that's a lot of this tutorial, to be honest. Ooh, look at my stripy highlights. Okay, so I'm going to take the round brush and just brush down with the hairdryer, only curling the ends and keeping the top bit straight. And then just keep going down and up. It's very fun, really. It does hurt your arm, though. And once that's dry enough, I just make sure it's nice and smooth. Take the big roller and just roll it as neatly as possible. It's important to get the ends nice and neat and tucked in so that it won't go all like frizzy and strange. Once that's there, looking groovy, take a little bobby pin and pop that in so it doesn't move anywhere. Then we're going to repeat this step all over the head, layer by layer, section by section. My hair isn't too thick, so it doesn't take too long, luckily. It's also good to make sure your hair is damp, not too wet, otherwise this will take a longer time. So the crown of the head is very important at the top here, because this is where most of the volume is going to come from, and it's going to help you out in the long run when you're back combing. So make sure this is nice and dry, nice and lifted and volumized, and add a big roller there so it'll be the most volume you can get. I tried to get an angle from the back here, but it just looks so messy. I don't even know if I should be showing that. But yay, the rollers are in, yippee! So while the hair is drying, I'm going to start on the makeup. And the first thing I'm doing is just a normal base makeup. This is just concealer, face powder, anything that's your normal routine. I think it's best to stick to your style for face because it depends on your skin type, on what colouring works for you, so do what you want with that. I'm just using a Hoola bronzer and just doing the 3 points at the temples, cheekbones and on the jaw. I like to use quite a lot of bronzer and blush, probably a bit more than what Pattie would be using, but that's just my preference. And I'm using a darker blush as well. She would probably go for a more pale pink, but I actually didn't have one, so I just used it quite sparingly and blended it as best I could. So the eyes are definitely the most fun and most important part of a Pattie Boyd look. And for the base of the eye makeup, I'm just going to start with a nude eyeshadow and apply it all over the lid, right up to the brow bone. And then next I'm taking the shimmery white from the Abby Roberts palette and applying it to the middle of the eyelid. So Pattie uses different colours for the cut crease, sometimes more grey, sometimes more grey blue, more brown. But today I'm going to take a kind of grey brown and start by carving out this line right above the eyelid, below the brow bone, that curves with the natural shape of my eye. Just using a thin angled brush, just working really slowly, line by line, and blending it as I go, just following what my eye naturally does. Sometimes Pattie flicks it up, sometimes down, but today I'm going to do it down and not too thick. Normally I would use a crayon, but I'm doing something a bit softer, so it's a little bit more subtle. Good tip would be to keep your eyes open if possible when you do this. That way you know exactly how it's going to look. If your eye is closed, then it might change the shape when your eye is creased and not open. So I like to keep my eye open as much as possible so I know exactly how it's going to turn out. Next I'm taking a black felt tip eyeliner and just lining the lid as I normally would. I'm not really flicking it at the end, maybe just a little bit. She didn't do much of a wing or anything, but just keeping it nice and tight to the lash line. And this is where I mess up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm very unimpressed. But just little lines, keep it very easy, keep it very sleek. I like to make it a bit round at the top, but it is always best to follow your natural eye shape so it suits you the best. For the bottom lashes, I like to use a felt tip again, but this is a thinner brush and softer bristles, so it's easier to manipulate into the right shape. Pattie does eyelashes quite often. They're normally more subtle than twiggy lashes, and she does a lot less. So keeping it not too crazy, but again, you are drawing your eyelashes on, so you know. If you wanted to make the eyelashes a little softer, you could also use maybe a brown eyeliner or a powder shadow. That would make it a little bit more softer than this. But I'm just not making them too thick. I'm not pressing down too hard with the eyeliner. And after a little bit of mascara, I'm going to use the same eyeshadow I used before and just blend just underneath the waterline a little bit more. So eyelashes are of course optional. She didn't always wear eyelashes, but this is more of a fun, more intense look of hers, so I will be using eyelashes because they are my pride and joy. And I'm just putting them on more towards the end and the middle. They're not the biggest ones I would usually wear. They might seem quite large, but honestly they're not. And then I'm topping up this corally lipstick I have, or a pale pink would work really well for her as well. Now it's finally time to take the rollers out. I try and do it nice and smooth so that it doesn't get caught or anything, but once it's out I brush it through and then I add a little bit of hairspray, make sure it stays nice and long. So the volume is good, but it could definitely be better. So once that's all brushed out nice and smooth, it's time to do the back combing. Yippee! So this is where the magic happens. I'm going to get all the hair from the top of my head and separate it into two. The front section, which starts just where my fringe is, and the back, the crown of the head. I'm going to lift it up, hairspray it generously, and start back combing, so brushing downwards against how the hair naturally grows. And it might feel a bit strange, like you're killing your hair, and maybe you are, but it will look gorgeous, so it's alright. I'm going to separate it with my fingers very gently and get that sort of oval shape that I'm after. And then I'm going to back comb the front, repeat the steps with the hairspray just to get the extra height and the extra volume. That's what it's all about. The bigger the hair, the closer to God. And God is Pattie Boyd. So we're going to make sure you brush the front as well because you don't want it to be gappy at the front. So when smoothing down the hair, it's important that you do this very delicately, even just with your fingers like before, or very delicately with the brush. Oh, that was a bit scary. You're just covering the back combing layer with a nice smooth, very neat layer of hair. You don't want to see any of the mat underneath. And you can always back comb more. It's better to have back combed too much than not enough. So I've taken the top section again and just hacked away at that a little bit longer, just getting more height and more volume. And then a final bit of hairspray, a comb, and you're done. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Just to say, I've been doing this for many years and it's still far from perfect. So keep going with it. And if you do follow this tutorial and you post something, please do tag me. I would love to see it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and goodbye.